it's become as big as the band. You know what I mean? It's kind of like as big as Oasis, maybe even bigger.
250,000 devotees flocked to see Oasis at Nebworth over the weekend, and by all accounts it was an impressive event.
You know, we came fucking that close, man, to being, you know, to being as big as the Beatles. But you know, shit happens and we lost the momentum. It's all about the drugs and the fucking drinking and all that shit. It just gets annoying because it's not relevant to the music, you know.
How does it feel the way people have rallied around that song after the Manchester arena bombings?
It was after a show that we did, and we'd been to a strip club. I remember being drunk, and I remember writing it. I remember getting up the next morning, and my guitar was lying on the floor, and the lyrics were on a kind of table in the hotel room, and I played it back to myself.
Slip inside the eye of your mind.
I thought, could be good, could be pretty good. That was it, I never thought anything else of it.
Just a couple of days later, during the soundcheck for their first arena gig, a key lyric was about to be written.
I was doing it in the soundcheck, and I was the So Sally bit. I wasn't singing that.
It was just something, it was a shape of a word, and Liam heard me singing it and said, "Who's Sally?"
And he come up to me in the soundcheck and he went, "Are you singing So Sally Can Wait?"
No, I walked through and I said, "Yeah, I reckon you should fucking sing. Oh, Sally can wait."
So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking home.
But he said, all right, let's just say, for argument's sake, right. So he alluded to the fact, "Are you singing So Sally Can Wait?" And I said no, and he said, "Well, you should do."
We'd developed over the previous couple of years this a little acoustic part in the set because the singer would decide he had a sore throat, you know, and he needed a rest.
I come first before any and that's my attitude, all right?
There was 12,000 people there, and I was about to play them a song that no one had heard. No one in the band had heard it. I'm not sure what possessed me to do that.
Gonna play a brand new one. I only wrote it on Tuesday, so no one's heard this before. This is for Mathers, by the way. You've not heard this one yet, mate. I haven't got a title for it either. Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? You said you'd once never been. All the things that you see are gonna fade away.
Certain lines were gonna slightly change, but overall, history had just been written.
It's a fucking good song, even though the lyrics don't really mean anything, do you know what I mean? It's just the feeling of it, you know. And they'll be halfway through Don't Look Back in Anger and think, what the fuck does it mean?
Nobody knows who Sally is. I don't know who Sally is, you know, and it's a song of no regrets, you know what I mean? It's a woman toasting her life thinking, you know what, I fucked it up somewhere along the line, but, you know, I've got no regrets.
Who is she and where's she going? And why should she not? Do you know what I mean? It freaks me out.
Maybe Sally was one of the strippers, I don't know. And it's
Some girl come up to me and she said, "Is Sally Cinnamon?" And I went, "Oh, that's fucking brilliant. I wish I'd have fucking come up with that." The way that I used to write, and the way that I write sometimes, is that I don't write stories, I just write lines. And if the previous line is very good, then the line that comes after it has to rhyme with it, right? Yeah. And the lyrics are quite simple and generally about nothing really, but I suppose people just make up their own interpretations of it. And people say that that's not very clever. But on the other hand, I think it must be very clever if it connects with millions and millions of people. But if that's what it means to you, then fine, then my job is done as a lyricist, you know what I mean? I evoke images in your brain.
all my songs will have one or two lines in that mean something specific to me growing up or my life at the point. Stand Up Beside the Fireplace was, I remember as a child my mum would always take photographs of us on our birthdays and send them to my gran in Ireland, and it would always be stood in front of the fireplace. I vividly remember saying, you take that stupid look off your face, because you'd be like, you know.
The last line was referenced by the Arctic Monkeys during their Glastonbury headline in 2013. Based on this early version, Noel might have planned initially a different lyric. This line was taken from John Lennon's bed-in protests, as well as an audio diary in which he said,
I like that remark some woman made about Bernard Shaw, that his brains had gone to his head.
In case I don't look back in anger, I mean, the opening piano riff is, imagine.
Speaking of the intro, VSL has many amazing piano libraries that would allow you to recreate the sound. For example, the one I'm using here is the Fazoli F308, and there are many others as well. Right now they have special offers on all Synchron pianos until July 1st. You can also get an additional 10% off by using the promo code in the description. VSL pianos sound like super authentic and real, and recently they've significantly reduced the needed storage space, like now you only need 30% of what used to be required. Also, a hardware key is no longer needed. There's also the Soft Imperial piano, which is completely free, and for other piano libraries, VSL currently offers free demo licenses for 30 days, so you're able to try it out and decide for yourself which one you like best. So make sure to use the link in the description to benefit from the special offers on all Synchron pianos.
50% of it's put in there to wind people up, and the other 50% is saying, look, this is how songs like Don't Look Back in Anger come about, because they're inspired by songs like Imagine. We always used to start in a different way. We used to start with this big fucking electric guitar, and it was just like, we used to play it too fast, and it was, you know, it was all over the fucking place. Since we've come back out on the road after 3 years, now as soon as you hit that piano intro, the place goes fucking ballistic.
One of my favorite parts of the song occurs just before the chorus. I like to call this chord, or this one, the signature Noel chord, because it appears in many Oasis songs.
I've never been taught anything musically by anyone, and I remember having an argument with a songwriter in America called Amy Mann. We were all back in the hotel room, and the bridge chord going into the chorus, the one that goes "and before tomorrow," she was saying, well, for you to come up with that chord, you must have studied musical theory. And I was like, I can assure you, love, that I haven't. I wouldn't even know where you go to study that. I can't even spell theory, you know what I mean? You know. And she got really annoyed, and she thought I was taking the piss out of her, and I had to sling her out. One of the things that blow me away about music itself, that you can write a song that is in some way personal to you, way across the other side of the world, in a language that people is not their language. Yes. Somehow I've taken that song and they've attached their own meaning to it.
I don't ever sit there and think, no, I wrote that. I think it came from somewhere else. I think it was a song that was there somewhere, and if I hadn't have written it, Bono would have wrote it.
Great songs that I've written, they all just fall out of the sky.
And do you enjoy singing that, or do you feel like, oh, I just want to get rid of that and do my own stuff?
Listen, if you'd wrote that song, you'd want to play it every night as well, because it's for a song that, technically speaking, is not that extraordinary. It is an extraordinary song because the people made it extraordinary. So it's a pleasure to play it every night. Yeah?
That's a nice, beautiful answer.
At 11 this morning, a minute's silence was observed across the UK.
When the bombs in Manchester happened, wasn't the politicians that brought people together? It was that song. And I don't even say my song, it was that song. And that girl, just a member of the public, decided that she was going to bring everybody together. And she did it through that song, and everybody rallied around that song. I can't even think of the words to express what it is. It's just the power of music is the thing that brings people together. And without being an extraordinary song, it's an extraordinary thing. So that's what I sort of, one hand, you're kind of extremely proud, and like, on the other hand, you wish it was still the song about the woman who's toasting the drifting by of her life. You wish that this anthem of defiance, you wish it never happened, you know. People say to me, well, you know, did you realise what that song was going to become? If I'd have known then, writing that song that night, that 25 years later, people would be still singing it, I would never have finished that song, because it would have been too important to ever get right.
I don't like not using the term having a laugh, but just enjoying life, because life ain't that bad really. I mean, it can be for some people, but
I believe that humans generate love, you know what I mean? The meaning of life for me is watching your kids grow up and watching them go from in loads of different stages, you know, and growing with your wife is the meaning of life, I think, you know, and just the day-to-day, the trip of life. You know, some people live their life, they worry about the destination. Where's it going to be? What is, you know, they worry about where they're going. I enjoy the trip. You get wherever you're going is where you'll end up. Don't worry about that. Enjoy the scenery on the way. I make it all right now, today and tomorrow. Not even yesterday, just today and tomorrow.
I heard you say